So we have got the data table from NHGIS joined and permanently saved. It's indicated here as CONUS 1920 join. In the last steps, I saved it to the geodatabase, making the join permanent. Now we've got to get into the work of making all of the fields here into a usable format for us. And there are a ton of them, and there's some quirks in how NHGIS manages to, or how they come into ArcMap. And I want to review those because there's some inconsistencies that will cause frustration unless you're aware of what can happen. So first thing is I want to pick out one field that I'm sure everybody is going to want. In my table, it's called A7L001, and I look up my handy data dictionary, and that is indicated here. Total population A7L001, and let's take a look at it in the table and see what we can do with it. It looks like it is, if I did sorts on it, it would not show any nulls, which makes sense. Every county should have some population. So it should be fairly straightforward to work with. The only thing we want to do is make it a little bit easier to deal with by giving it a useful name. Best way to do that, several ways. You can go in through the catalog window and open up properties and fields and find that field in here. And I'll go back to this window in a minute and show it to you. But since we've already got it right here in front of us, let's just right-click on the field name, go to Properties, and give it an alias. Let's call it total population. And we see it's already in a number format. Double indicates that it's a number format, so that should be ready to use and useful for making maps. So we got that one taken care of. I'm going to look at the next field is I've got to scroll over here. I've picked this one out. I have many fields in my table. You may not have as many, or it's possible you'll have more. I'm scrolling all the way across here to a field that contains lots of these nasty nulls. There it is, A74033. Let's take a look at its properties. And okay, in this case, there's the field name, and we can change the alias like we did before. Unfortunately, it's come into us, unlike the total population field we just did, this one has come into us as a string. In other words, ArcMap understands it as just, like a place name. So you can't do things with this, such as statistics. You can't run statistics on letters and numbers and names, whereas with the others you can, if you click on one that actually is a number field, you'll have the option of running statistics. So this A74033, let's take a look at what that is in our data dictionary, and that is right here. It says South America. Let's see what that really means. That's from Table 9, white foreign-born population by county of birth, and A74033 indicates that what's being measured in this table is, or the numbers here are the number of people per county that were born in South America. And my guess is that the nulls represent counties where that question wasn't answered at all. So remember, there's a big difference between a zero value, which means the question was asked and answered and the answer was zero, versus a null value, which indicates that the question wasn't answered. So let's take care of, and we do have, because we've done the join and made it permanent, we now have the field calculator option available to us. But unfortunately, we cannot just change this field, this text field, to numbers. We're going to have to create, let's say we really care about the South America value in this field, and we want to make maps of it. We need to get rid of the nulls, and we actually need to turn it into numbers that we can use for graduated color maps and maps that make use of numbers. So let's do a couple of steps to make this more useful for us, and I'll just bring open the catalog window and we'll take a look at the field format. And again, this is just a quirk of this system, but as you scroll down, double is a number format, double precision floating point, I think it is, and some are text. But if you look at the fields themselves, they all appear to be numbers, even though they have come into us as text. So any of these fields that you care about in your data that show up as text, you're going to have to follow these steps that I'm about to show you for the South America field. So some are double. If all of yours are double, in other words, a number format, you're in good shape. But if not, you got to do something different. So that's what I'm about to show you. Let us go to table properties, and we want to, we're going to find, why can I never find this here? Yes, right. I got fouled up in this. The way I know to do this is back in the catalog window with properties and the field properties. I am going to I think I have an editor session going. That's why I can't do anything. Yeah, I had an editor session going, and I should be able to add things now. So let's take a look and see if I can